I am not a marketing person, I am not a web designer, and I am not a code writer. So you see those three things on Propeller MediaWorks, web design, web marketing, and web application. I am not qualified to do any of those three things, and Dave would be a fool to hire me here, except to create video content, which actually we've done. But that's not what I'm talking about. So why am I sitting up here? And it's funny, right before this panel started, I got a call from my brother. I had written about this panel on my blog earlier today, and my brother's in Florida, reads my blog, and called me, and he's like, "Why are you on the panel about growing your business online? You're like, you don't even have a business. Why?" And it's a good question. I think the answer, though, is that I am kind of an advocate of the democratization of technology. I like the idea that, and I'm really engaged in this sort of new future that we're all being forced to enter, and the implications that has for our culture and for all aspects of society, including business and marketing and everything else. So blogs are updated regularly, generally subscribable web content. Any digital content can go in a blog, so it could be words. You could just type text in, and that's your news, like a newsletter kind of a thing that gets updated. Or it could be pictures. You could have a photo blog. So you're a photographer, for instance, or a painter, and you take photos of your paintings. And when you once a day or once a month or once a week, you throw your photos or your artwork, pictures of your artwork up. It can be audio content. That would be a podcast. The only difference between a podcast and a blog is a podcast is an audio blog. So music or spoken word. Podcast just means audio blog. And it could be video. So there are video blogs. And then the other thing that blogs tend to have is the ability for people to talk back with comments. So if you have a blog, each post might have a little field for comments, and then people who are reading your blog or listening to it, if it's audio, or watching it if it's video or whatever, can leave comments on there, and you can respond to them or not. It's entirely up to you. Some blogs, the most interesting thing about them are their comments, so it's this real two-way communication that you have. So why would you want to have a blog? There are several reasons I can think of, some of which are relevant to this panel. The first one I can think of is for fun, because blogging is fun, because it's a way of communicating with people who have similar interests as you. And another part is to stay a part of this sort of larger conversation. When I started blogging in April of 2004, there was this, I still can think of that time as this marked difference in my pre-blogging life and my post-blogging life. I feel much more connected to the world in general now that I blog.